I'm Deb Eddy. I represent the 48th District, which is the north half of Bellevue, the south half of Redmond and Kirkland, all of the Points communities, and just a little bit of Issaquah.
Well, we're now in the second week of the legislative session. How would you describe the mood here?
I would describe the mood as quietly tense. We know how big this job is. We know that the things that we do during this session are either good for the state in going into the next couple of biennia or make things worse. And I think that we're going to work very hard to make sure that we take actions that make things better. What that means, though, is that the normal tensions between competing interest groups, between competing ways of spending money, are just that much intensified.
What are some of your early predictions so far about how you might tackle this budget situation? What is the budget shortfall you guys are looking at?
Well, it's an additional amount. When we left here, we had a 2-year budget that by a series of one-time fund shifts and the money that came from the federal government and then the cuts that we implemented, we were balanced for the biennia. The problem came when the revenue forecasts continued to fall. So we are now looking at an additional $2.8 billion, that's with a B, in either cuts or revenue, okay? And so we have, of course, those who believe that we simply need to raise revenue and that's it, just, tax everything. And then we have those who believe that you simply cut government waste and this will magically all work out. Neither of those statements is even remotely true, okay? So what we have to do is to find that sweet spot in the middle where we are responsibly dealing with revenue. There are loopholes and exemptions which the majority of the public would agree we need to fix. That's not a partisan issue, really. In things like the Dot Foods case, where an old statute has been challenged in a way that allows out-of-state wholesalers an exemption that gives them a competitive edge over local business. Nobody's going to disagree that we should cut that.
That's hundreds of millions.
That's hundreds of millions of dollars. So of course we're going to take that action. Now, by the same token, we need to indicate to the public and to the bond markets that we are capable of spurring innovation, reform in service delivery in response to what will be a lowered revenue expectation for about the next 4 to 6 years. If we can't do that, then the quality of services that we're delivering are going to keep eroding. And that's what I don't want to see happen. So I'm going to be working as hard on reform and redesigning government services as I am on revenue. The problem is that by my calculation, there are probably only about 25 of us that are strongly committed, and it's going to take all of our powers to pull this one out.
Well, good luck. We'll be back in a couple weeks and see how this is going.
Thank you.